the grind. Yeah, the bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again.
Let's begin, pal.
Welcome to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas here with you. Zach Kupish back at EST Studios as Belgium and Egypt have just kicked off, Joaquin. Awesome stuff. Lots to get to on the program. Of course, Edmonton Sports Talk always presented by good old Play Alberta. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. If you gamble, use your game sense. Of course, hit us up on the nasty chat. River Korean Bucks 780-218-9999 and slam that thumbs up for us. Our summer goal is 80 a show, so let's try and get there. Joaquin, my man, beautiful day out here at the ranch golf course with Murray McCourt for the Capital Care Foundation's golf tournament. Dusty's on the links right now.
Is he?
Rumors are that he's leading. I don't know what that means, but how you doing? How was your weekend?
It was emotional. It was interesting. It was a good weekend, man. That was a lot of fun. We started it out with our, well, I guess you could call it a show. I don't know what that was. So that's just watching the game.
Oh yeah,
and,
great.
And then kind of getting ready for the Knicks game, and then watching that transpire. F1 was great.
Yeah.
Qualifying was fun to watch. Got Hamilton to split those two. Hamilton goes on to win on the Sunday, and then you see all the World Cup matches. Netherlands and Japan. I watched that one. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Japan's good.
They're good. They're always good.
They're always good at the World Cup.
Yeah.
So the Netherlands looked fat and sassy when they scored. Like they looked like, oh, we got it now.
Yeah.
We're going to turn it on. And then, watching, I always, to be quite honest, when I watch the Stanley Cup Final and it being awarded, a part of me selfishly gets a little jealous that I never got the chance to play for one or win one.
Yeah.
But the other side is just so happy to see those guys that put in that much work and just they all say the same thing, you know. They just every year it's the commitment. I can't believe the commitment of all these guys to stay on a team and work towards a goal. And 8 years in and Stahl goes we had guys jumping ship. I wasn't jumping ship.
Yeah.
And he just, I mean, if there's any, I know he's got one more year, but going out like that is legendary.
Yeah.
He's 37 years old. Win the Conn Smythe, bring the cup back, do what his older brother did. There was just some great moments. Freddie Anderson running out of gas, and was it Bussy? Bussy?
Yeah.
He played phenomenal, huge. There's something to goalies that are backwards sometimes. I do think it messes guys up a little bit. It can. And he makes that unbelievable blocker save where maybe if it's a glove, it goes in. I don't know. But he was fantastic. And, geez, Brendamore, man. Come on. How are you not happy with that guy? Look at what he did.
The bod.
I mean, the thing is, like, I went to high school with him at Notre Dame. He looks exactly the same. Looks exactly the same he did when he was in grade 12. Just shredded.
Yeah, it's crazy. Brandon Bussy, his first career shutout. And what a game
really?
to get it. Yeah. Oldest Conn Smythe winner in the NHL history, Jordan Stahl. He was fantastic. And I loved what he said. Like you said it. Like, I'm not going to jump ship. They finally got over that hump. Just the four-line team, 6 defensemen, Stan Colvin, Blake, excellent. Taylor Hall, man. I mean,
yeah, I know I've been a critic for Taylor Hall, but the gray in his beard,
yeah,
and just what he said afterwards, like, just so appreciative and grateful for the opportunity, and you know what, he made the most of the situation. When he was there saying that, the one thing that went through my mind was, gosh, I wonder if Mikko Rantanen's watching this and going, geez.
Yeah, what did I do? Because listen, Logan Stankoven didn't have the best regular season, but he was excellent in the playoffs.
He's an excellent player. He's a menace, man. I know. I was listening on the way in, and Benny was mentioning, Stankoven, he's kind of the same mold, but how many times did he back check and break up a play? And he really does that play inside a player's equipment.
Yeah,
type of player, and he's extremely skilled. And if he has a step to go to the net, he's not shying away. Right? No. You'll never see him pull up. Like he's taking you and everyone else in the kitchen sink to try to score that goal. He was, and what do you need mostly in the Stanley Cup Final is health, man. They were healthy. Every winner. If you look back, I was going through like 5 years back. Try to think of a player that was really injured. One of their guys, like, it doesn't always have to be your main guy, but someone that's somewhat hard, really hard to replace. And you can't replace Carlson with the Vegas Golden Knights.
That's crazy because Freddie Anderson did reveal after he had a knee injury. That's why he was out. Said he tried to get back. He just
really?
Yeah, because he didn't dress right.
Yeah,
for the last couple of games. But Bussy undrafted 111 AHL games. He debuted at the age of 27. First career shutout. Now he's a Stanley Cup champ. And as for Taylor Hall, I mean, listen, traded after McDavid's rookie season, after an MVP in 4 years in New Jersey. He bounced around with 5 teams, Joaquin. And a lot of those teams, he was bottom 6 guy, right? Like not used. It's almost like he was a throw-in in that Carolina.
He was.
Yeah. And then all he does is go to the Stanley Cup, played a big role, 19 points in 19 games, was up for the Conn Smythe. It's just
game winner,
unreal what this guy's done. I'm very happy for him. I was telling Benny, before I got into this business, is when Taylor Hall got drafted. I was so happy. I was a big Taylor Hall guy. I had his jersey and all that, but it's just great to see. I was laughing last night because I'm like, 16 years after he got drafted, he's winning the cup, right? And we all thought he was going to be the leader of the Oilers. And when McDavid got drafted, it was going to be McDavid and Hall. And it didn't work out, okay? And
I still remember when they drafted McDavid. I think Hall at the time on Twitter sent out left-hand stick, white tape, look for me on the left side.
Yeah.
Whatever, like your Bauer, whatever he said. It was quite humorous.
And
right?
we all went crazy. We're all like, yes, let's go. And then I was thinking yesterday, just seeing Taylor Hall lift that cup. Like you said, the gray. He's got 2 little boys. He's married. And I'm like, meanwhile here in Edmonton.
The feathers in the back of the head, too.
Meanwhile here in Edmonton, we're about to announce Mike Babcock as the coach. The Oilers' 6th head coach. Oilers' 6th head coach. In McDavid, as McDavid heads into his 12th year. It's just sometimes you just get frustrated seeing other organizations figure it out, and here we are with the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, I mean, we can always play the hindsight game, right? Yeah. And you do find that a lot of times the team that wins the Stanley Cup, GMs become lemmings and try to follow suit, right? And of course, you're going to try to replicate why they were so successful. But how much do you put into the patience of the Carolina Hurricanes, right?
That's a great question, Joaquin, because you heard Stahl say, he goes, I could have left. And
how many guys jumped, though? How many guys jumped ship? I guess you could include Rantanen. He misses out. Right?
Yeah, you didn't like it there.
No. Raleigh's great, man. It's nothing. We heard about the barbecue already. You had me a barbecue.
Or the hush puppies.
But who else was their star that left? Was I want to say,
because at the deadline they didn't do much.
No, they didn't do anything.
Pesci left.
That 1 year where they all kind of left, right? And it was I remember Brendamore alluding to it a little bit. It's a money thing.
Yeah.
Being a former player, obviously understands that side of things. Who was the young? I think he plays in Chicago now. Finn, really good player. You know who I'm talking about.
What's his? I know who
Someone
you're talking. Yeah. I don't think he's playing. I know.
No,
he went to
Chicago. But he was there too.
He was good. Yeah.
It's funny how they knew they had something, right? And you guys were talking about it before, like the fact that you don't even notice their first line for the most part, right? They were good. I'm not saying they caused their team, but you would expect them to.
But they weren't the reason.
No, it was the depth and the ability of certain players to raise the level of their game and play a type of hockey that's not sustainable for more than 2 months. Essentially, like you look at those guys and they just look exhausted.
Yeah, Teravainen.
Yeah, that's who it is. Like, yeah, you had these guys that left, and maybe that's part of the GM and the staff to kind of try to convince guys. But I mean, those guys talking about Rod Brendamore, like, oh my gosh, like he's an intense guy. Like, I don't think he ever stands still for more than 2 seconds. Like, they show him coming into the dressing room, and he's wearing out the carpet, going back and forth. Right, so they've got the right captain of the rudder of that ship. And I know it's a long way back, and the East is going to be very difficult when you introduce Florida. Florida
will be back next year.
Florida will be back, so it'll be I mean, that conference final, if it gets back to that again, that's must watch.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, the East, like for me, Tampa, Florida, Carolina are not going anywhere. I'd have to look at the other teams to see who can jump in there as well. On the West, I think it's wide open in the West. Depends what the Oilers can do and all that. I know Benny had a tweet about Elliott Freeman. I can't find it, so I don't want to misspeak here. So I'll wait for Benny to return and see where he saw that tweet regarding the Edmonton Oilers. All in all, Carolina gets it done. They won their first one, of course. We all know that in 2006 against the Edmonton Oilers. 20 years later, they're back as the champions. A group of good guys, though, Joaquin. Like, there's not many guys that I was like, ugh, I don't like that guy. Like Ehlers won.
Yeah, he gets the empty netter. Like, that was pretty. Like, you could hear people from Winnipeg jump up on that one. I think, right? Like, they loved him. Great decision for him to go to Carolina. That's who Benny was saying. He's kind of the same mold, right?
Yeah.
But he was great in this playoffs. Couple big overtime goals. Yeah, just the sacrifice. Like, you saw the one play where he got the puck out and just busted his ass to get off. Like, just you see those types of efforts from guys, just those little things. Looking at Taylor Hall, before a face-off and just giving it the deep breath. I felt like to me, Vegas was done. Like, they were gassed. They had nothing left.
And kudos to them.
Oh my gosh!
Great run
to
the finals.
I felt bad. You see Stone. Yeah, at least he's won one already because what a good captain, great player he is. Hurdle, I felt bad for. He's
when he had a great opportunity.
He had a couple kicks at the can here. That's tough. You never know if you're even going to get back at this point. Yeah, kind of selfishly glad Anderson wasn't hoisting it. That would hurt a little bit. I won't lie. But still, it's upsetting to see when they're upset.
Yeah, that would have sucked. Torts too.
Oh, I don't care about Torts. Tell you the truth, that's enough of Torts. I didn't like. You saw the Torts rearing his ugly head after a bit with some of the media stuff. I get it, but come on, man, just answer the questions. Move on.
Yeah, like, grow up already.
Should he have gone to Hill?
No, because Hart was his guy, right? Like,
but he was he was. I could have told you he was completely out of gas.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, but it was a stupid question. Remember when they asked him? He said as such. We will get to some text. Some text coming in about Vinny D. Again, the fascination with Oiler fans, Joaquin, to want to bring back guys that are already on this team. I'll never understand. But we'll get to it. Don't worry. Hit us up on the River Cree Walk 780-218-9999. Like always, hit us up on the inbox, which is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. And of course, a portion of this hour brought to you by Lamley's. Built for the job, made with quality craftsmanship and designed for job protection with cowboy-worthy durability. Lamley's workwear combines safety with all-day comfort, featuring brands like Ariat Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed to withstand tough conditions and deliver performance across every job site. Visit lamleys.com/work to see how Lamleys can make your work day better.
LAMMLES.
That's why he's one of the top producers in the city. He's on the ball. We're going to get to a quick break here because let me tee up the show. Mick Kern from SiriusXM at 220. We'll talk Stanley Cup Final. We'll talk Oilers. We'll talk Leafs with our good buddy Mick Kern. And then coming up next, Tosaint Ricketts, Edmonton guy. I grew up with his brother and their crew. He played on the Canadian national team for many years with many of these players, and he's on the TSN panel right now.
Wow.
In Vancouver covering the World Cup. He's going to join us here in about 5 minutes' time. We'll have a conversation with Tosaint Ricketts. You can call him Toss. Okay, you can tell him I said that. But we're back here on EST Afternoon. It's Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas. We're live from the Ranch Golf and Country Club. And once again, we are here for the Capital Care Foundation golf tournament. Last year, we were down by, where were we last year? We were by... Oh, you weren't there. No. I did the show solo that day with Coop.
Oh, at the Red Tail?
Yeah, I think we were there. Yeah. And here we're at the ranch.
I was trying to think why I didn't show up. Did you say something to me that I didn't know?
No, I just think you booked it off.
Oh, right.
We're back with Tosaint Ricketts here to talk some World Cup on the other side of the break here on EST Afternoons.
The Blue Jays have shipped pitcher Connor Siebold to the Royals for a minor league righty Dennis Chamudio. In cash considerations, Toronto returns to action tomorrow when they open a 3-game set against Boston. 10 games in the majors today. Marlins Philly showdown at 4:40. The Mets challenge the Reds just after 5, and the Dodgers Rays, they close out the night. First pitch for that game at 8:10. World Cup action live now from Seattle, Belgium. Egypt in action. It's 0-0 in the 15th minute. After that, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. Kickoff at 4 before Iran and New Zealand hit the pitch at 7. Meanwhile, Tunisia has fired coach Sabri Lamouchi following a 5-1 loss to Sweden in the World Cup opener. Monder Kabir takes over coaching duties on an interim basis. On the court, WNBA matchups tonight, a trio of them. Las Vegas at Dallas for a 6 o'clock start before the Sparks and Valkyries hit the deck for the nightcap. Talk some soccer next here on EST Afternoon. Stay tuned for that. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Jamie McLennan is our GS Construction hockey insider.
The Golden Goose, which is Connor McDavid, if he's on board with this, the league and the PA has to be very careful. Because if he decides to put up his hand and said, you want to go against something that I want, I'll remember that when you need something from me. So it is kind of a, we'll call it a real muddied water situation here.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
There's one game that kicks off summer. Elks football is back, and the best way to experience the home opener is being there when it happens. For every catch, every tackle, every touchdown, hear the roar of the crowd that's been waiting for this moment. Elks Alouettes at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium, June 20th. Presented by James H. Brown, Alberta Injury Lawyers. Lock in your tickets for the home opener now before they're gone at goelks.com/tickets. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year.
Hi, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. My dad's the biggest influence in my life. He was the one that passed down the passion for soccer to me. He is the biggest influence in my career.
To all inspiring dads, happy Father's Day. Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
Celebrating the 40th anniversary of its groundbreaking release, Strange Animal. River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present a very special evening with Gowan, live, playing his chart-topping classics from this iconic 80s album and more. Gowan's Strange Animal 40th Anniversary Tour, July 2nd, in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and zero reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
We're back here on EST Afternoons live from the Ranch Golf and Country Club. We're here for the Capital Care Foundation Golf Tournament. Dustin Nielsen participating. We'll see him shortly, hopefully, here around one of these holes, and we can get an update from him. It's Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas here with you on this wonderful Monday here in the city of Edmonton. We're going to talk some World Cup. Cabo Verde, España, 0-0, Joaquin, which is a shocker of the day. They tied.
Oh, they finished 0-0.
Yeah. Ooh. Cost me my damn parlay. Right now, we got Belgium and Egypt playing Canada back in action on Thursday. And Qatar and Switzerland tied, which is very, very interesting. But to talk all things World Cup, former member of the Canadian men's soccer national team and currently on the TSN panel, Tosaint Ricketts joins us here on EST Afternoons. Toss, how you doing, man?
I'm good, guys. How you doing? Happy World Cup.
Yes, we're doing excellent. Watching all these games, it's been fantastic. Toss. Let's start with Canada. They were able to draw Bosnia with a late Kyle Lowry goal. I know Kyle had some things to say after the game as well. I know you've been around him. Just your initial thoughts on what you thought of Canada's first World Cup game against Bosnia last Friday.
Well, first and foremost, a historic moment for the program, a historic moment for soccer in Canada to earn our first point at a FIFA Men's World Cup. And then not only that, hosting our first game on Canadian soil. So all that, amazing, historic, great for the kids, great for the inspiration, the growth of the game. But then now to the game, of course, there's all that, but then you have to perform. And of course, early on, the questions around, was it the right move? Do you start Kyle? Do you not start Kyle? Obviously, Jesse went with not starting Kyle. And obviously, he took that personally based on coming in, scoring that massive goal, and then his comments and quotes that you've seen after the game. But I know Kyle very well. I was there when he got his first appearance for Canada. We played together for like 8 years on the national team. I was there when he got his first goal. I know who he is, and I know that when his back's against the wall, when it matters most, he shows up for his country. So he wasn't lying.
Tosaint, so talk us through a little bit, possibly you get the point. You would have loved the three as Canada, but then you look over at some of the other games and you kind of predict how they're going to go. But there's a big, huge tie between Switzerland and Qatar. How does that change the mindset of the Canadian players? It's just because it's not kind of going to script.
Which is fine. This is a tournament. This is World Cup. It's never going to go how you think. And there's two ways of looking at it. If you're a negative person or more pessimistic, you may think, damn, they tied. And this means, that it could be a tighter race for second and third. But if you're optimistic, and this is what has changed with Canada and their identity, you see it as an opportunity. The old Canada would be crunching numbers. Oh, if we tie this game, if we win this game, we'll see. But this new Canada, the new identity and the confidence that Jesse Marsh and these boys have, they're looking at this as an opportunity. They're licking their lips. They're saying, now we can win the group. And that is how this program has changed. And that's the reason why it's gone from a team that has been ranked on average 70s, 60s to being a team that's ranked top 30. That's the difference. And that's why they're in the World Cup. So it's funny. I had lunch yesterday with Maxime Crepeau, our number one, obviously our goalkeeper, and he said the exact same thing. He's like, the old Canada would be crunching numbers. The new Canada, we're confident, we're hungry, and we're going out there to win every single game.
Tosaint Ricketts, former Canada soccer member and currently on the TSN panel for the World Cup coverage. All right, Toss, let's look ahead now. Qatar on Thursday. There's a few things that I think we can pick out that Canada needs improvement on. They create a lot of corners down the wing play, but that final third finishing has been a problem lately for Canada, and also the set pieces, especially the corners, not generating a lot from there. How can they improve on, let's start with the set pieces, kind of corner kicks, Toss. What are you seeing that's not working for them?
Yeah, well, if I'm going to be critical of anything in the game, the first thing I'm pointing out is set pieces. So good awareness on spotting that. They had 9 corners throughout the game. And you got to get something. I wasn't happy with them going short on, I think, 7 out of 9 of them, and then conceding on the defensive and on a set piece as well. So I know they hired a set piece coach. I know it's his job to make sure that the boys are ready and can take advantage of those opportunities. So for me, that was one of the biggest letdowns in the game. But that being said, we still scored. We still haven't seen the best side of Jonathan David. Kyle came on late. Ali Ahmed didn't start, who is one of our biggest chance creators. Tajon had an okay game. Liam Miller is another one that had an okay game. So there's still a lot of weapons. And, tournaments you got to build into. You've seen today, Spain tied Cabo Verde. You know what I mean? Like Switzerland, they tied Qatar. Guys, this is a World Cup. There's 104 games. You have to get through the group stages, and it's round of 32, round of 16. There's going to be some progression. You're going to have to get better and better each game. But if I know Jesse, he's going to put an emphasis on, finishing those chances. The set piece coach better get back to the drawing board and make sure he takes advantage of those 9 corners and whatever corners they have coming up in the upcoming games. But definitely an opportunity lost in set pieces and something they have to get back to the drawing board on.
So when you look at just Alphonso Davies' health with the current situation, is it just a matter if he's ready to go, you play him, or does this allow, just with the depth of Canada now, to maybe have Davies rest another game before getting into the third one here?
Yeah, I mean, you can't rush a hamstring. He took his time prior to the tournament, re-injured his hamstring 3 times. So there's something going on there, and you got to be patient if you want to get the best of him. There's no point throwing him in a game and him doing one sprint and being done for the tournament. But that being said, guys like Richie Larea have stepped up in the left back position. Liam Miller has been good, and then you have guys that can come in and fill those positions. So I'm sure Alfonso, the medical team, Bayern, whoever's involved will make sure once he steps back on the pitch, he'll be ready. But I know we have the depth, and obviously Richie has showed he can fill the shoes. So he'll just come back when he's ready, guys. Just hope Canada get a result next game and buys him more time. I think he's probably aiming for a round of 32, which is very likely for Canada at this point.
And Toss, the beauty of the World Cup, it's always the small teams. Because I look at Curacao yesterday; it's 1-0 Germany. It's their first World Cup. It's a small nation. A lot of fans there, and they tie it at 1. And it was funny because I was talking to a colleague before we jumped on air, and I said, in Curacao, they're probably still celebrating that 1 goal, and they lost 7-1 because that's what the World Cup is, man.
100%, 100%. And you've seen what it meant to them. Like if you think about it. There's 155, let's round up, 160,000 people in that country. There was like 60,000 in that stadium, so that's more than half the country watching that, in that stadium. So you can imagine what it meant for them, scoring that first goal. And of course, it's a long shot to ever beat Germany. They're a powerhouse. Every team is it's a tall order for any team. But for them to come out in that 15 minutes and push them and score on them, that's motivation, guys. And that's history for them as well. And that moment will breed more footballers in that country for years to come. So don't overestimate these little moments, because for other teams, other nations, other players, other people, it's the world.
For sure. And okay, I'm going to put you in the spot. Kyle Aaron start on Thursday or come off the bench?
I don't know. Start him. Why not? And this is what people need to understand. And this is why I'm happy that the World Cup is here and kids get to watch it, and other players who are aspiring to become professionals. It's a tournament structure, right? There's no player that can play every single minute of every game. I mean, okay, there's going to be a few, but you're going to have to rotate to get the best out of every player. That's why you have 26 men. So for Kyle to rest this game, essentially come in, score. Now he's fresh. There's guys that went 90 minutes that are going to go into the next game kind of feeling their legs. So he's fresh. So there's going to be rotation. So I expect, he'll probably start this next game, but there could be a game where he comes back out again. That's just a tournament structure. That's a part of coaching. That's a part of even the tactical battle, because initially Jesse said that he wanted Tanny to start so he can press, so he can stretch him, because he felt the Bosnian back line was slow. So there's a tactical aspect too. It's not just start the best players, every single time. It's a chess match. So I do think he will start. But that being said, like, there's going to be a rotation of players, and sometimes your favorite player is not going to start.
Yeah, I know. Fair enough. I just love the patch from Kyle. So we'll see on Thursday early what the lineup looks like. And Toss, I was telling my colleague here, I know your brother, your brothers, of course, have met your mother. We grew up all together here in Edmonton in the South Side, and you guys own Irie Foods, the best Jamaican spot in Edmonton. Just tell my colleague what's the best to get there, because I've tried it all, Toss.
I mean, you can hardly go wrong there. My favorite is oxtail. I love oxtail. I also love the jerk chicken, but then I also love the curry chicken, and then I love the stew chicken, and I also love the beef patties. So like, especially me being away, I don't get a chance to come back to Edmonton so often, but every time I'm there, that's all I eat for the whole time. Like, it could be 1 week, 2 weeks. I'm just rotating through every dish on the menu. But Irie Foods, staple in the community, has been around since 1996, and we're somebody that is a family that's community focused. Kirk coaches, you must know that. We're definitely give back to the city of Edmonton.
Well, when you're back in town, make sure to let us know. We'll have you in the studio to have a chat, but don't be afraid to bring by some beef patties too.
A little transactional right there. I'm actually going to be in town. For Canada Day. I'm hosting the watch party at the Ice District. I think FIFA Celebrates is bringing a watch party there, so I'll be on stage doing live analysis of the games there and breaking those down for everyone in attendance. So I'll be there July 1st for the watch party. FIFA Celebrates the World Cup. I think that's what it's called, and I'm excited. It's the first time I've done anything in this capacity, public speaking on stage in my hometown. So I'm happy to give back and share those emotions.
Well, you got the chops for it, Toss. Great interview. Great stuff on TSN there on the panel. I'll let you go because I know you're probably watching the game right now. Thank you for your time, buddy, and all the best on Canada Day, and enjoy the game on Thursday.
Thanks, guys, and keep doing what you're doing.
All right, that's Tosaint Ricketts, former member of the Canadian national soccer team, currently on the TSN panel, along with Atakubi, and they do a great job. Great family, Joaquin. We did a thing there with the Elks in my first year, and they made us a combo. It was jerk chicken with oxtail.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's absolutely fantastic. A big soccer family. Like you said, his older brother, the one I know, he's coaching right now, and I think one of his sons he might be at a really high academy for soccer there.
Okay.
But that's what I was saying, Joaquin, because Curacao scores that goal yesterday. They lose 7-1.
Was that the coach crying?
Yeah. For the national anthem. Yeah. Well, that's how much it means to them, right? And I was telling Maddie, I'm like, I guarantee you in Curacao right now, they're still partying because of that goal. And they're watching it over and over. And then you look at today, Spain, I put sprinkled some. I put Spain to win over 2.5 goals. It was 0-0.
Fat and sassy.
Cabo Verde 0-0. And that's the beauty of the World Cup. Like Todd said, these little moments are unforgettable for some of these nations. So it's been great. And speaking of a live game right now, Egypt up 1-0 on Belgium.
Jeez.
I'm not hitting on any bets today. I'll tell you that much, Walk.
Well, you're obviously yelling. Or you need a spit guard for that screen. Jeez.
I know. No, you know what it is? So you know what happens with MacBooks? It's your keyboard when you close it. It's just a disaster.
Just buddy.
Sorry, man. It looks disgusting.
Yeah, you should maybe get Murray to get us some Windex or something.
It's disgusting. I'm sorry. It is so gross. Later today, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and then the nightcap is Iran versus New Zealand. So lots of. Are you going to miss hockey, or are you good with a break now?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Until the Babcock news, and
I enjoy watching it. Part of me is like, now we got to. We got to watch bad hockey for like a month and a half when it starts up.
Yeah, I know.
Because you're so used to watching the Cup Final and how good those guys are actually playing, right? So that's always tough. But,
and Babcock's gonna have the boys ready, right?
But you know what was kind of like, we were kind of joking about seeing Connor at the game, but it's like, that's great.
Yeah,
he's not busting his ass trying to win a cup. Because I mean, I thought about this. Even if they did manage to be okay and got back to the they're not beating that Carolina team.
Yeah.
And they would have had to another wear and tear and just this is it was nice to see him. Well, I saw Leon too, a little thing. They look good. They look kind of refreshed and just kind of
they're enjoying life.
Yeah, you got to, man.
It's June, man. And his Chardonnay, he's having a nice glass of wine. He looked like you saw him celebrate the goal.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that, man?
No, that was good.
We always complain that he's too serious and like a robot.
No, that's what I mean. It was nice to see him kind of
just let loose
in the wild.
And our coach, you say, let your hair down.
I would, my back hair down.
It's been fun. That was Tosaint Ricketts. It was great to have him on, man. He played a lot of years for Canada. So Benny sent me something. It's one of those, one of those sites on Twitter that just kind of reports what all the insiders are saying. It says Elliot Friedman believes that if the Vegas Golden Knights don't bring back John Tortorella, he could become a candidate for either Edmonton or Toronto. What are we doing?
We got to go to break. No, we don't.
No, we don't. We're
the whole time I'm thinking, okay, well, still, it's very. It doesn't happen very often that a coach that won one place does not win another cup in a different on a different team, and it happened again last night. John Tortorella won his first in Tampa, hasn't been able to replicate it. Got really close this time, but again, the last guy to do this, Scotty Bowman.
Yeah,
and I mean, I don't know how much you put into it, but you got to look at history. If analytics is part of it, and I wonder how many teams are going to full money ball like the Hurricanes, because they are a heavy analytical team, right?
Yeah.
I wonder how much that's going to change, but I don't know. I think,
but it also took him years to get to this point, right? Like we always thought,
you have to have patience too. You can't looking back. I get it. Hindsight's 20/20, but looking back at that 2014, you shouldn't have messed with it. You should have tried to keep it together.
Yeah.
And I think Hyman did too, right? You had that.
Speech.
We're close, man. I hope everyone comes back because we'll be back. And he was right about it, but man, yeah. I mean, I get it. It's probably so tough when you're right there, and you think, well, gosh, if we just had that, and you try to put that, but maybe it's already there. You just don't see it, right? I don't know.
That's a good point about coaches winning with two different organizations. Like it hasn't happened for a long time. I think
3 all time. It's only happened 3, and that's back when there were 6 teams too, right? So maybe look for a guy that hasn't won, because
Knobloch almost won.
I know. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like they almost won, and I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I think we are going to get some noise this week. I think midweek.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
You don't think the Knights will just hire Cassidy back and
can you imagine?
Just bring in Torts for playoffs?
Well, I asked Benny this. I'll ask you. Does Cassidy look at this Oilers organization and say, man, you guys are a mess?
Yeah.
Like, do I want to go there?
Well, the worry is the input that he has for personnel.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's – I mean, I don't know. It'd be great to have an NHL coach on here to talk about that type of thing. When you're looking at a new place, how much control do you need to have over things, right? Mm-hmm. Because I mean, there was a few cracks in the information wall. Well, not cracks, but it was. You heard Stan Bowman talk about how they saw things differently and how guys were implemented. So the relationship between the general manager and coach seemed to be strained last year. So as a coach, look, you're not going to win unless you're all on the same page.
Yeah.
You have to get on the same page. So to answer your question, buddy, I think he's going, well, what if I play a guy, am I going to be getting yelled at from, not that he cares about, but he's got to be allowed, the game sheet card who he puts out is his.
Yeah.
You can't have someone looking over your shoulder and making sure you're using a pencil.
And in fairness to Knobloch, because this is brought up by Stoff because he said it on his show or whatever show it was with Saravalli, that famous interview from last week. He goes, well, Knobloch benched Frederick the last games. Well, yeah, because he wasn't doing anything.
Frederick's lucky he played most nights.
Yeah, and then the other one was, well, Tristan Jarry didn't play in the playoffs because Ingram was better.
Come on,
that's
come on.
So that's a GM wanting to play his guys because he doesn't want to look like an idiot.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, and when did I talk about this? I hate to talk about how brilliant I am at times, but there is something about when certain players come in, or draft picks or anything like that. Management, whoever was those decisions they were responsible for, they don't like being shown up by the coach and things like that, right? So yeah, it's that's why a lot of times you get free passes for guys. Well, that wasn't my guy, I didn't bring him in, right? But Bowman's got to own a lot of this stuff. Like, I mean, if I'm him, I'm talking to guys this summer. How you doing? The reports that you get, like, where are they with their fitness? What are they doing? Like, I think guys have to submit those types of things. Like, I am all over Wallman, right? I want weekly updates to see what that guy's doing. I want updates from Frederick. I want to talk to Aubrey, and is he in constant contact with Tristan Jarry? What are they working on to make sure that they start out on the right foot? Like, that's what I'm doing, is it because those are the guys that you're mostly responsible for right now, and you got to make sure that they are tippy top.
And Stan Bowman, those two guys, those are his two worst moves as his tenure with the Edmonton Oilers. And it's funny that then when people close to the management say, "Well, Knobloch screwed up by not playing that guy." Well, no, because I think any coach would have not played those guys. Like, Ingram was better than Jarry, plain and simple.
Come on, yeah. Like everyone knew that on the planet. All right, maybe even off world.
The afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their happy hour. It's $5.25 drinks, all beers, select premium well highballs, and select premium wine served. Available Sunday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And Tosaint Ricketts joined us on the Old Country Tow and Video Hotline, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's a game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. On the other side of the break, we'll go around the world of sports with Noticias, brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. It's Joaquin, Gage, it's Hernan, Salas. People are a little annoyed that we're sitting in the wrong spots, but change is good, right, Joaquin?
Oh, suck it
up. Keep slamming that thumbs up for us. Hit us up on the Nasty Chat and the River Cree inbox. We're back with Noticias here on EST Afternoons.
World Cup group stage action. Egypt leads Belgium 1-0 in the 43rd minute of action. After that, Saudi Arabia and Uruguay kick off at 4, with the nightcap at 7 o'clock. It's Iran and New Zealand hitting the pitch. Meanwhile, Tunisia has fired coach Sabri Lamouchi following a 5-1 loss to Sweden in their World Cup opener. Monder Kabir takes over coaching duties on an interim basis. And the Blue Jays, they've shipped pitcher Connor Siebold to the Royals for minor league righty Dennis Samudio. In cash considerations, Toronto returns to action tomorrow, opening a 3-game set against Boston. 10 games in the majors today. Marlins Phillies showdown at 4:40. The Mets challenge the Reds just after 5, with the Dodgers and Rays closing things out. First pitch for that one at 8:10. To the hardwood, a trio of WNBA games are on tap. Las Vegas at Dallas, 6 o'clock tip-off, and later on the Sparks and Valkyries hit the deck at 8. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc, they're the experts you need to know. Hernan's Noticias up next on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Tea Hangout.
Sometimes it's hard to fully describe what makes the World Cup so special for so many of us. For Hernan, for me, for Lieutenant Eric, for other people out there. It's just hard to fully describe why like this match at 1 o'clock means so much.
Yeah.
And it's not even Canada yet.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
We're back here on EST Afternoons on a wonderful Monday afternoon from the Ranch Golf and Country Club. We're here for the Capital Care Foundation Golf Tournament. Our boy Dustin Nielsen on the, do you say on the links right now? Is that a proper golf term, Joaquin?
On the links.
All right, there you go. See, I'm getting my golf lingo down here. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, Zach Kubish, our boy back down at EST Studios. We're all back at the studios tomorrow. The weather's supposed to shift a little bit, but should be all right. Let's get to noticias. Of course, this segment is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. The Edmonton Elks home opener, June 20th. It's going to be big. Lock in your tickets at goelks.com/tickets. Have bad news, Joaquin, and we dropped our fantasy matchup, but we had a good week. But we were playing against Samuel Emelis, who had 3 touchdowns. So. Yeah, it was a close one, but I failed us this week. But we'll see if we can bounce back.
How was your F1 fantasy team?
Probably
not bad.
One team did well because I had
didn't touch it.
I forgot because that night I was like, I'm gonna do it later, and I fell asleep. And then, but one team I had Ferrari, Mercedes, and Lewis.
Yeah, I had Lewis with the chip, and I took him off.
The other team I had Leclerc and Kimi, and it was awful. I think I didn't even break 100 points on one team. So, well, let's start there, Joaquin. A great Barcelona GP.
That was great.
A lot of, even though the racing's great, what's a little on the opposite side of that, like the negative side, a lot of cars are DNFs.
I liked the track.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. I liked the racetrack feel of it all. The fans crazy. The Alonso stuff was awesome. But cool race.
Yeah.
Like it was a race that, obviously, qualifying was a big part of it. It did look like Mercedes was going to dominate. But then I liked it because the strategy came out. It was so hot that, and the tire deg was really important, and it seemed like who's going to be able to manage the tires better. Kimmy looked really good, chasing down George at the start, but then he gets in, his engine blows up there, which was terrible for my teams. And then Lewis, finally something happens good for not only Lewis, but for Ferrari.
Yeah.
Really, when you look at it. When have they been able to take advantage of a safety car, a virtual safety car?
Yeah.
I can't remember because the car came out. They go, "Oh, is he going to be able to take advantage of the pit stop?" And they go, "Oh, he's already passed the pit lane." And then, so is he going to be able to get around just in time? And then got on the hards and was able to coax it home. But yeah, it was exciting, man. It reminded me of an older race. Kind of, a little bit, right? So I had although my fantasy team sucked. How are you not happy for Lewis?
Yeah, it was great. Just to hear how happy he was. Great to see him. He's right there now for the championship.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, Charles Leclerc, man, like you're almost starting to feel sorry for him. Like,
oh yeah,
he even said, he goes like, I don't even know what to say. I'm embarrassed. I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. But then Lando comes out and he goes, when Ferrari figures out their engine stuff, like they're gonna kick all our butts.
He said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's it's right. I'll just let me find it here. Let me see if I can. Norris warns Ferrari making engine improvements will embarrass rivals.
Oh.
Yeah. But great to see him. What's this?
I saw one thing. You don't watch Stranger Things, right?
No.
So there's a character named Will.
I know who they are, though.
Okay. Yeah. And he looks a lot like Leclerc, right? And the meme was one of these guys has fought demons and is in an upside down and all these bad things and got possessed by a demon. And the other one was on Stranger Things.
You sent me that.
Yeah, I sent you that. Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah, Lewis is now at 115 and Kimi leads at 156. George just behind Lewis at 106, and then it drops off. Leclerc 75, Norris 73. There's the big man, the big cat. Good, you want to say?
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I told everybody you're leading, so. Yeah, that was Dustin Nielsen, of course, our fearless leader as well. So great race. Quickly in NASCAR, Danny Hamlin wins again. Third straight race. It's just unreal what the old dog is doing.
Nice.
CFL, Riders beat the Lions 31-27. Another fantastic weekend in CFL.
I texted Eric. He said it was just an epic game. Like the banner raising or whatever, the close game. Just I guess it was his niece and nephew's first CFL game too.
Oh wow.
Mosaic. Just a big family. It was a Rider family event.
Yeah.
And if I know anything, it was thoroughly enjoyed by our Eric.
And a great game. I mean, both quarterbacks.
Yeah, just slinging
it, man. Samuel Emelis was in both my fantasy leagues. I was playing against Samuel Emelis, and I lost because of Samuel Emelis, which is terrible. Of course, the Edmonton Elks return to action on Saturday, 2:00 down at Commonwealth Stadium. They'll take on the Montreal Alouettes, who are also coming off a win, 37-30. Our boy Chad Kelly, I say our boy because he's on our fantasy team.
Yeah.
Both teams, again, looked really good. A lot of offense. Edmonton, maybe Montreal, they catch him fat and sassy on Saturday. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it. They started, they're 1-0.
Yeah.
Imagine they go 2-0.
Oh, but pop the champagne. The Elks are back.
Where's the parade?
Blue Jays lost 2 of 3 to the New York Yankees, blowing some late leads there. They're back at it tomorrow with a 3-game set versus the Boston Red Sox. The Flyers and goalie Dan Vladar working towards a long-term extension. He was excellent last year. Joaquin, you're a big fan of his.
I thought he was really, really good. I was, well, Cooley's good too with the Flames. He actually kind of took over a little late.
Yeah.
They're in a good spot with their goaltending, but I was like, ooh, is that a mistake by Calgary to let him go? I thought he would look really good in an Oilers uniform. Now, I'm not saying he's the number 165 Vezina guy, but he gives you some really good starts.
He was excellent. So Tunisia fell to Sweden in the World Cup yesterday, 5-1. They fired their coach today. Who fires their coach at the World Cup? Well, it's like, here's your ticket, get the hell out of here. So I don't even know who's taking over. It's probably an assistant coach, but
is Tunisia the Vegas Golden Knights of football?
That is unbelievable. And we got to get to it. Obviously, the New York Knicks, man. So happy for all Knicks fans. I love John Starks. He was there smoking a cigar with Patrick Ewing and all the old school guys. Jalen Brunson, just 45 points in Game 5. He's the MVP. And you know what I like about him? He's humble, man.
Oh, yeah.
His interview, man, like, it made me emotional, his interview. Like, he couldn't even talk, and the hug with his dad, and, you know, he took less money to be there. Like, everything Jalen Brunson screams, that's the guy I want to be around. You know what I mean, Joaquin? It was
what a player, too.
Oh, so good.
I was worried when he was mad because I don't know what the rules call, but Wemby stepped in underneath him when he went for his shot, and he should have got the foul because he came right down on Wemby's foot.
Yeah.
Right? Ugh.
Yeah, but happy for the cat. You know, always giving shout outs to his late mom. Like, I know when she passed away, you know, obviously he took it extremely hard. It was well documented there. Happy for so many guys on that team, Joaquin. Since 1973, man, that's a long wait.
Yeah.
New York kind of burned down a bit. I saw a school bus getting trashed.
Yeah, that's weird.
A guy getting in a Ferrari, like people kicking the car. He got beer thrown on him. They destroyed a bus. Cars flipped over. New York was mad crazy on
You know
Sunday.
what? It's weird because all these people should be put into a gymnasium and watch whatever team wins it's usually a European team that wins the World Cup, right? You watch the celebrations there, you'd be hard pressed to find a comp.
Yeah.
And they would all just be celebrating.
Yeah.
No one would be burning anything. Like, it's just hedonism.
It's crazy. But the New York Knicks, man, I think Mark Mageau's joining Reed Wilkins, Jim Hill, and he's probably still celebrating as well. Just a great team, and it was fun to watch on Saturday. I take nothing away from the NBA, man. And yesterday too, man. I love the handshakes. I love the celebrations. I love the interviews. I love the moments with the family. Like, everything about winning championships in sports is just beautiful. And of course, the World Cup, you have moments like Curacao scoring 1 goal in a 7-1 loss, but that to them is an epic moment. And then you see Cabo Verde today tie Spain, who are World Cup favorites for many on the betting lines. And they draw 0-0, and they pick up their first point ever in the World Cup in their first ever appearance. So just unbelievable sports, and it doesn't stop, man. When's the next F1? A couple weeks? Because they went back to back. Yeah.
Is it Silverstone the next one? I didn't even look. I should know.
Because I don't think they'll go 3 straight. It's the Austrian GP, in 2 weeks on the 28th. So
the old Red Bull ring.
The old Red Bull ring. And Van Owen says, Ferrari stewarded my fantasy team 2 races in a row. Me too, buddy.
I know. But you know what the problem is? Everyone's going to all in on Ferrari now. And, you know, they'll probably – Leclerc will be in the wall. The strategy for Lewis will just be –
Yeah, Leclerc can't be trusted, Joaquin.
No. He just signed a big deal, too.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't think – because I was reading stuff, and it just said that how unhappy he was, and that there's a real good possibility that he might be moving on and he'll be the most sought after, all this stuff. But, man, the guy's a glutton for punishment. I'll say that.
Okay, and before we get to break, Elliot Freeman just dropped this article on Sportsnet at 1:55, so 3 minutes ago. Now that the Stanley Cup Final is complete, the NHL will officially begin its investigation into Mike Babcock's 2023 resignation from Columbus. Sources indicate there will be multiple parties interviewed as part of the process. At issue is whether there will be any further penalty or if the Oilers will be free to hire him. In their search for a new head coach, Edmonton targeted experience, a winning history, and someone who wouldn't be afraid to dictate the team's superstar leadership. Okay, so how long does the investigation take, Joaquin? Who the hell knows, man? Knowing the NHL will probably be done in a couple hours
or 3 years.
Yeah, interesting.
Do you think the NHL wants him back?
No, but I think they have to do their due diligence and be like, we have to give him a fair chance, right?
Is it a fair chance, or are they just doing the due diligence to say, no?
Well, knowing Bettman, it's probably the latter. But Joaquin, like Saravalli said, there's really bad stuff that hasn't been reported.
Well, I mean, if I'm Bettman, you know, you've had a very successful year.
Yeah.
Like hockey is hot. Like looking at Raleigh, I mean, I know it's the Stanley Cup, but there's a lot of fans, and they were well traveled to Vegas for Game 6 too. Like you're in a good spot. Do you really want the black eye of a coach? Because that's all anyone's going to talk about is how poorly he treated players.
But they let Bettman in. They let Bowman back. They let Quinville back.
Yeah, I guess they don't really care.
I'm just looking for let me hold on. The union, the orders were satisfied. Sorry. Okay, so it says here one initial the challenge. Several agents. Okay, this is part of the article. Several agents of Edmonton players who were not involved in the direct conversations with Babcock also voiced concerns, adding that they didn't like the idea of clients being traded there either.
Yeah,
but the Oilers are the smartest guys in the room, right? Are they going to listen to their players? Because again, Joaquin, you said it last week. I believe the Oilers star players are being dragged into this. I feel like they want no part of who they're hiring, but they're being asked to do solids for their owner and for their management team, and that's why this is happening.
Whoever's advising the Oilers guys over there, really smart. They've done, to me, the right thing and just said, yeah, okay, yeah, it's fine with us. Because once you start voicing, and if he is hired, then, you know, you got Babcock coming in knowing that you didn't want him.
Yeah.
You know, they should move on from this.
Oilers should call right now and say, don't bother.
Don't
We're
bother.
done. But
we'll find someone else.
But they keep going and going. All right.
Look, it doesn't work with a guy that's won.
Yeah.
You need someone who hasn't won, someone with the fire in the belly.
The fire. We'll get to more of this. Of course, Mick Kern from Sirius XM. Screw it, let's do a parlay, so it'll come your way as well. Don't go anywhere. Keep hammering that thumbs up for us. Hit us up on the River Korean box, 780-218-9999. And the Nasty Chats, Joaquin, it's Hernan, and Zach Kubish is coming up with your sports update as well. We're back with Hour 2 here on EST Afternoons.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
Here's the Edmonton Sports Talk team going from deep in our own end to scoring a goal. Milne, Wilkins, Iwanek, Kubish, Nielsen, LTE, Kubish, YTT, Nielsen! Dustin Nielsen! So he got the goal. It was like the slow build. Oh, okay.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Celebrating the 40th anniversary of its groundbreaking release, Strange Animal. River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present a very special evening with Gowan, live playing his chart-topping classics from this iconic 80s album and more. Gowan's Strange Animal 40th Anniversary Tour, July 2nd in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement.
There's one game that kicks off summer. Elks football is back, and the best way to experience the home opener is being there when it happens. For every catch, every tackle, every touchdown. Hear the roar of the crowd that's been waiting for this moment. Elks, Alouettes at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium, June 20th. Presented by James H. Brown, Alberta Injury Lawyers. Lock in your tickets for the home opener now before they're gone at goelks.com/tickets. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year.
Looking for a delicious meal without the hassle? Head to Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the game day meal. From handcrafted fresh pasta with rich homemade sauces to ready-to-heat family meals, Pasta Pantry brings authentic Italian flavor straight to your table. For over 30 years, Pasta Pantry has served hot, delicious comfort food made right in our kitchen. We do it fast so you can slow down. Visit Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park today and taste the difference fresh makes. Pasta Pantry, real food, real fast, real good.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. Had a good day? It's time for happy hour. Bad day? Oof, happy hour. Boss said great job? Happy hour. Boss said let's circle back? Ugh, definitely happy hour. Got a promotion? Happy hour. Spilled coffee on your shirt 5 minutes after getting dressed? Ugh, happy hour. So whether you're celebrating or recovering, our happy hour starts at just $3.99. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
The NHL will officially begin their investigation into Mike Babcock's 2023 departure from the Blue Jackets, according to Sportsnet. Multiple parties will be interviewed as part of the process, and the investigation will determine if Babcock will face any penalties for his time in Columbus or if the Oilers are free to hire the veteran coach. Live action World Cup play. At halftime, Egypt leads Belgium 1-0, and after that, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay kick off at 4 before Iran and New Zealand hit the pitch at 7. Meanwhile, Tunisia has fired coach Shabri Lamouchi following a 5-1 decision to Sweden in their World Cup opener. Monder Kabir will take over coaching duties on an interim basis. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays have shipped pitcher Connor Siebold to the Royals for minor league righty Dennis Samudio in cash considerations. Toronto returns to action tomorrow, opening a 3-game set against Boston. 10 games in the majors today. Marlins and Phillies showdown 4:40 start. Mets challenge the Reds just after 5, while the Dodgers and Rays close things out. First pitch scheduled for 8:10. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of EST Afternoon starts right now.
We're back here on EST Afternoons on a lovely Monday afternoon here live from the Ranch Golf and Country Club here for the Capital Care Foundation Golf Tournament. We just saw Dusty. He's just taking a quick break. I think he's heading back out right now. They're doing, I don't know what they're doing over there, Joaquin. Everybody's lining up. I don't know what's going on, but saw the big cat for a bit here during the break. Always a good time. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas here with EST Afternoons. Hit us up, River Korean Box 780-218-9999. And the Nats chat, slam that thumbs up for us as well. Like always, we are we're not coming to you right now from the William Huff Studios, but we usually are, Joaquin.
Yes, we are.
We usually are. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. All right, Joaquin, we just saw that article by Elliot Friedman. Let's get to some text. I think it's Barry in Windsor. He's upset because we weren't reading his text, but he says, would you take a flyer on Vinny Desharnais at league minimum for a 6'7" defenseman?
Yes.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
Why not? What's that attitude for?
No. I'm just thinking they have their 6, right? If they sign Stasny, who's an RFA, right? If they bring in Murphy back, you have your 6. I mean, Vinny struggled here, though. That's the thing, right?
He struggled in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He was part of an epic penalty kill.
Yes.
And he's the only one with sandpaper.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, I mean, and he knows his role.
You brought up a good point. He struggled in the playoffs. So, for a team that has Stanley Cup aspirations, did he learn from that? Is it this is the pace picks up too much? Can he be better if the Oilers do pick him up and be a playoff contributor?
Look, at his age, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
I think he knows what he's capable of. Yep. And I think the fact that if you have a guy like him that will do basically anything to get into the lineup, it pushes the other guys.
Yeah.
Like if you have, I'm not. Everyone tries out there, but when someone's nipping at your heels for ice time, it's going to push you a little bit more. Internal competition, I think, is really good for the Edmonton Oilers. If I'm coach, one of the things on my checklist is of what I'm crossing is internal competition.
Yeah,
there hasn't been any, and like we've said it for a long time, and other people have talked about it. But the number one power play you can't have it anymore. You almost look at it the same as right now with goaltending, unless you don't have Vasilevsky or Shesterkin. You might, if one's not going, you got to go to the other one, and you can't live and die with it. And the fact that it's happened in prior playoff series where the power plays got cold and there's nothing to replace it with.
Yeah,
every other team that has success has 2 power play units. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have one that's historically great, but you're also playing them all the time too. Yeah. And anyone will tell you that's ever been on a power play is it's streaky. Mm-hmm. You get hot and cold with it, and the last thing you'd want to do is have something that you rely upon a lot during the regular season. And well, look what happened in the first round this year. It went just completely frozen.
Yeah.
And the Ducks, whose wasn't that good, but they had 2 groups, but it went nuts.
Yeah, it did.
So I think you have to look at a second unit power play for sure next year. And again, that internal competition, which whoever coach comes here has to do.
That's interesting, Joaquin, because we always talk about doing things differently, but like, why change it if it's historic? And why do this? You know what I mean? Like breaking up the core. They're finally going to do it because Nurse has accepted that he's ready to move on, right? Mm-hmm. And I get what you're saying with power play too, but it's almost like the same conversation we always have with the nuclear option. Why does every coach just stick with that? You know what I mean? And because the Oilers this year, I think they rolled out their second unit a little bit more. And
did they?
Well, I shouldn't say a little bit more. Like
I don't remember it at all.
I remember they scored a couple of goals, and we were all like, "See, that's why you should have a second unit." Because I remember one Savoy scored, I think, and then I think Wallman scored on another one. But you're right. I mean, something has to change because what you've done has gotten you close, but you haven't won it.
I mean, you're willing to change so many other things, but that's something that you don't. But if you do look at it in certain parts of the season and in playoffs, that's a sort like. Even the Carolina Hurricanes, they had 2 units, and their power play was great.
Yeah,
in the finals, like it got hot, but both units were hot. And
especially in the playoffs, because let's just say like the Anaheim, the first unit wasn't going, but you never went to the second unit.
No,
you just kept going back, and it's like, well, they'll figure it out, but sometimes you don't, and they didn't, right? So
why not? You gotta delegate responsibility throughout your whole lineup. Like it's almost like, and I'm not saying this, but I mean, if I was a player, I would probably, you get excited when you get a power play, but you're just, you're putting down your stick and glove and grabbing some pom-poms.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, man. These Oilers are, it's going to be interesting, but getting back to what Elliott's article said today, how much does it concern you? I just got to turn this up. How much does it concern you that other players are voicing their concerns within the Edmonton Oilers that are not the star players that, accordingly, talk to Mike Babcock? That's concerning to me.
Yeah. No, yeah. There's, I forget the player. He was with Anaheim and talked about Babcock. This is back in that when he was first with Anaheim. And voiced his displeasure with how he operated things and just was never truthful and it was something along the you're part of this, blah blah blah. He was practicing at a different time with another guy, and then he talked to Babcock and goes, "Oh, it was all Brian Murray," and then years later, like I forget who it was. He says years later, I went up, career's done, whatever. Hey, why'd you do that? He goes, I never did that.
Yeah.
That was all him.
I saw that player was telling that story over the weekend. Yeah.
Shoot.
Who was it?
I forget his name. If I looked at an Anaheim roster from
it was
it was a good player.
Was it York?
York.
Yeah. And he was promised false things and
all these things and Babcock wasn't even playing him with the regular guys. You know? And he'd been in the league for a bit.
He said you're a big part of the team and then he got rid of him.
And then he got rid of him
and he blamed Murray.
York just said, I don't care. It is whatever that happens. I get it, but just don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Be truthful.
So more on Elliott's article says a few executive and players around the league have indicated Oilers management and players contacted them for feedback on Babcock. At that point, the organization contacted the league and the players involved contacted the NHLPA to ask if there was anything blocking them from hiring him. Let's see here. Says the Oilers leadership group were satisfied by what they heard from other players and Babcock directly. They were prepared to move ahead with him if allowed. And then the one that got me is several agents of Edmonton players who were not involved in the direct conversations with Babcock also voiced concerns, adding they didn't like the idea of clients being traded there either. And yet the Oilers still, it seems, want to go down this path because they would have cut this already if it was too much, Joaquin.
Would they have?
I think they would have said, you know what, don't worry about the investigation. We're moving on. But Elliott's saying the NHL will start their investigation now that the Stanley Cup playoffs are over.
Mm-hmm.
So,
this is where it's? Do you think the Oilers? They could have moved on already, but is this the NHL just finally dousing this fire? Yeah, we've done it. He wouldn't have been back anyway.
Okay, so you know how Saravalli said he had impeccable sources saying that it wasn't just a phone thing, that it was a lot worse.
Yeah,
that hasn't come out to light. You think the Oilers know what happened?
They've heard something, but it's one of those I can either confirm or deny what has happened. Probably, right?
Because if they do know, what are they waiting for to just say we're moving on?
Well, it depends on the severity of things. But for Saravalli to say it's not the only bad thing.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get that. Was Nabla the right guy for the job?
Probably not. I mean,
but why?
Well, according to many, maybe the players didn't
respond. Is that what it was?
And then there's that disconnect we're talking about because he wasn't playing Frederick and Jari, right?
Well, they wouldn't have made the playoffs if they kept doing
But that's what I mean. But that's coming from who, and those are the two worst Bowman moves he's made in his tenure with the Edmonton Oilers. And of course, GMs don't like to look like idiots. So obviously they want to see Frederick play, even though he was terrible all year and Jari was terrible all year.
Look, and I've gone on the record. I think Jari's going to be good next year.
Okay.
I think there's going to be a huge bounce back. But again, there has to be defensive structure added to it too, right?
Yeah, we're going to get to a break here because we got Mick Kern from SiriusXM NHL joining us here. We'll talk everything about the Stanley Cup Finals. We'll talk some Oilers. We'll talk some Leafs. Always have fun with our good buddy from SiriusXM NHL, Mick Kern. Like always, the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant where you can enjoy their prime rib special for just $21.99. It's available 7 days a week from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Not available on show nights. More Chell talk on the other side of the break here on EST Afternoon. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas. Here's Zach Kubish, Sports Update Time.
Sportsnet has reported that the NHL will officially open their investigation into Mike Babcock. The investigation will determine if Babcock deserves any penalty for his 2023 resignation from the Columbus Blue Jackets or if the Oilers are free to hire the veteran coach. Live now from Seattle, World Cup action. Egypt leading Belgium 1-0 in the 56th minute. After that, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay kickoff at 4 before Iran and New Zealand hit the pitch at 7. Meanwhile, Tunisia has fired coach Shabri Lamouchi following a 5-1 loss to Sweden in their World Cup opener. Monder Kabayer will take over head coaching duties on an interim basis. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays have shipped pitcher Connor Siebold to the Royals for minor league righty Dennis Shamudio. In cash considerations, Toronto returns to action tomorrow, opening a 3-game set against Boston, and there's 10 games on today's slate. It's the Marlins and Phillies showing down at 4:40. The Mets challenging the Reds just after 5, and the Dodgers and Rays close things out with first pitch scheduled at 8:10. Mick Kern from Sirius XM NHL Network Radio next on EST Afternoon. Stay tuned for that. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Worksite ready, Western tough. Lamley's Workwear is calling all tradespeople, oil and gas crews, construction workers, farmers, and hard-working Canadians. Built for the job with quality craftsmanship, job site protection, and cowboy-worthy durability. Trusted brands like Ariat Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed for performance and all-day comfort on the toughest sites. No matter the season, Lamley's has the workwear you need. Shop the full range now at lamleys.com/work.
LAMMLES.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
Goodwill is
one shopper. Finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket. A deal. One donor. Letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant.
Learning.
Trying.
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase. One donation.
One job. One choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one. The power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Celebrating the 40th anniversary of its groundbreaking release, Strange Animal. River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present a very special evening with Gowan, live playing his chart-topping classics from this iconic 80s album and more. Gowan's Strange Animal 40th Anniversary Tour, July 2nd in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
We're back here on EST Afternoons. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas from the Ranch Golf and Country Club for the Capital Care Foundation Golf Tournament. I think all the people involved in the tournament are having some lunch right now. It's food time for the tournament. We just saw our boy Dustin Nielsen. Reed Wilkins is here, the one and only, preparing for his show from 3 to 6. So keep it locked here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Like always, hit us up on the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999, and the Nasty Chat. Slam that thumbs up for us as we welcome into the Old Country Toy and Video Hotline our good buddy Mick Kern from Sirius XM NHL, and we're joined by Mick now. Mick, how you doing today?
Can you hear me? Is this
Yes,
working?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, that's a good step. Oh, hang on for a sec.
I have to take a hydration break. So
I love it.
All right, good. I'm back. I'm back, guys. Yeah.
Mick, before we get to all the chaos that is the Edmonton Oilers, let's start with what we saw last night in Vegas. Carolina Hurricanes defeat them 3-0. Win their second Stanley Cup. Gage and I opened off the show just talking about that team that for many years they were picked a lot to go all the way and just couldn't get over that hump. They finally figured it out. Just a solid team, though, through and through. Nothing really to complain about from their D pairings, from their forward lines. And then you get a guy in Brendan Bussey that comes in and saves the day in the final 3 games. Just your thoughts on Carolina winning their second Stanley Cup.
They went 16-3. Only your Oilers in '88 were better. 16-2, right? Gretzky's last dance with the real team. I was impressed. I'll make this about me only because that's the only way you see things through your eyes, right? Back in October, our boss said, pick the Stanley Cup Final. So I said, Vegas over Carolina. Well, that wasn't a bad guess, by the way. But by the time April came along, we switched our picks. I had Colorado over Carolina, like a lot of people did. So I was wrong both times, but I had Carolina in the scenario each time. I believed it in October. I believed it in December. Believed it in January. I'm here in the East. They were the best team in the East. And then the playoffs came, and they just obliterated everybody. They lost that one game to Montreal only because they hadn't played in 12 days.
Yeah.
And so that they lost it because of the first period, and that was it. And they adjusted. People said Brindamore and the team couldn't adjust. I saw them adjust against Vegas. Vegas are a good team. They knocked off the big boys. And I'd like to put a halt to all the talk I've heard from a lot of fans, mostly up here in our fine country of Canada. Oh, yeah, they didn't play anybody. You play who's put in front of you. Mm-hmm. You earned the easier path in the East because you survived as the best team after 82 games. There should be some reward for that. And then when they got to the West, they didn't have to play Colorado because Vegas took them out. And I think Carolina got better, stronger with each game. They won the last 3 games. If you combine the regular season and the playoffs, this is the best team in the National Hockey League. Full value to Carolina for winning the Stanley Cup.
And Mick, quickly, I saw the stat that they didn't lose back-to-back games since January.
Yeah, it's crazy. You don't fluke that. You don't fluke that.
No.
What I liked is, for the last, 6 or 7 years, they'd win playoff series. I think they won 10 playoff series in 7 years. They were always there. They couldn't get to the dance. And to me, even getting to the Cup Final would have been an accomplishment. But they went and added Taylor Hall. They added Nicholas Ehlers. They got Bussey off the scrap heap. They just tweaked. They didn't do a major change. They tried. Rantanen didn't stick. They tried to get Mitch Marner. That didn't work. So they tried to go for the home run. And I think they finally realized, a whole bunch of doubles off the wall are going to win us the thing. And they did. That's why I love the fact that Taylor Hall gets credit for the Stanley Cup winning goal last night.
Mick, what makes the Carolina Hurricanes a good hockey team? Like I was alluding to it earlier in the show that you see GMs try to replicate that type of formula, but why is it that they are so? Is it their depth? Is it the coaching style? What is it that makes them so successful?
It's all of it. There's no superstar on this team. The superstar is Rod Brindamore, right? He's the superstar. He is. The casual hockey fan knows who Rod the Bot is. And even more so when he's without the shirt on, hoisting the cup, he's catching the cup. He's a character. We love him. He's a great interview. Sebastian Aho is a really good player. He's not a superstar. He's not a 100-point guy. They just don't have that guy. They don't even have, you'll hear this a lot, guys. You know this. You got to have a Norris winning defenseman to win a cup. They don't have a Norris winning defenseman. Jacob Slavin's a very good defenseman. If they had the Charlie Huddy Award for the best defensive defenseman, he'd probably win it. But it's not the Norris. They just do it by committee. But here's the thing. It's not just any committee. The Stankoven line was outstanding when the first line couldn't get going. So the depth came through. Freddie Anderson actually played really, really well. And just when he started to flag, they knew to give the baton over to Bussey, who was outstanding, who outplayed Carter Hart. Carter Hart didn't lose the series, but he didn't win it. And Bussey, he played a few more games. He would have been in the competition for the Conn Smythe.
Yeah.
And then the old veterans are going. Stahl and Hall and the young guys, Stankoven and all that. It was just by committee, and they had the patience of the ownership and management. They didn't change course. They were told a number of times, it's not working, go another way. No, we're just going to keep tweaking. We're going to keep adding. We believe in this. And there's a lot of teams, guys, that don't have that patience, and the Canes do. So they were finally rewarded.
Mick Kern from Sirius XM NHL joining us here on EST Afternoons. Mick, let's get to the team we cover here in this city, the Edmonton Oilers. It's been a messy month, a lot of leaks, a lot of different things going on. I guess we don't know yet. Elliot Friedman just put out an article saying that the investigation with Mike Babcock will start now that the finals is over. Just your thoughts on if this is the path, and it seems like it is for the Edmonton Oilers and Mike Babcock.
Yeah, I don't get it. Babcock has won everywhere he goes. But, for a guy who's only 3 months older than me, we're both 1963 babies, he seems a world of difference from me. First of all, he's a good coach. I'm not. But that's not what I mean. I mean, he seems to have an old school mentality. This game has changed. The better coaches like Rod Brindamore, even Tortorella, they have evolved with the game. They still have some things they're set on, but they have evolved. Maybe Babcock being out of the game for a while, the ridiculousness with Columbus, I mean, asking people to see their phone, and that's not why he got let go. The other things that we're not supposed to know about. I just think it's a toxic situation, and this is a league that sometimes gets ensnared in that. And I do believe in second and third and fourth chances, but, Bowman's got one going right now. And Carter Hart's got one going right now, and Joe Quenneville's got one going right now. And for different reasons, I'll just say I understand that. But Babcock just seems to, man, he's divisive more than those other guys. Carter Hart's a whole separate thing. And I don't understand why they want to do that. Who's driving this bus? Who's driving the team? Is it the ownership? Is it your two-star players? Which, by the way, I don't have a problem with, guys. My two superstar players should have a say in with the direction the team's going. They shouldn't have the final say, but I would absolutely include them in that conversation. I want them on board, especially if I'm trying to get one of the guys to sign a long-term contract, right? I don't have a problem with that. So let me ask you this. Is Babcock here just like a Tortorella thing? Not just for 1 year. Like Tortorella may be done after the run. That's a different thing. But is he here for the next 2 or 3 years? Is this a long-term? Or is that just the NHL now, guys, where Martin St. Louis is the fourth longest tenured coach, and he just signed the other day, right? Yeah. I don't know what to answer you. I thought it was not a joke, but I thought it was someone pulling my leg when they told me, yeah, Babcock, he said he was retired. He's going to be coach of the Oilers possibly. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Really? You're serious? And the guy's a winner, right? Wherever he goes, he's won. But it's 2026 now. And we seem to be a little more aware of things than we were a couple of years ago. And like you, I heard you in the opening, your segment before I came on. I'd love to know, what are these other things? Talk about transparency. They don't owe it to us as fans and media, but I think it's important that transparency is part of this. There's always the legalese and all that, but what could be so egregious that it has to be investigated? And if you don't put that to the sunlight test, then you're going to have whispers forever. And guys, this, being connected, eventually that stuff gets out. So I'd rather get ahead of it and say, this is what's being investigated. But that's just me.
Do you think that the league, like the NHL, I was saying, it's in a pretty good spot right now? Do you think like Gary Bettman would be like, you know what, even if Babcock moves away, we want to put this to bed in case it rears its ugly head again. And do they really want Babcock on the bench as a league with this following around, just the mistreatment of players? Because it's kind of a bad look.
Especially since we don't know and we start filling in the blanks. And the two of you are very responsible, but there's a lot of irresponsible people up there who have a platform. Yeah. Well, that tells you how bad these other people are. And then you start inventing things and all that. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. And what I know of Mr. Bettman, having talked to him a number of times, is he's not for the shenanigans. He just wants the things to run, and I don't blame him. He has to answer to the owners, but at the same time, he's good at shepherding them. I wouldn't be surprised if behind the scenes they're like, really? You want to do this? Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's going to be interesting to see. But again, I ask you guys, is he the right guy? He hasn't coached in a while. It's not like he's forgotten. I'm sure he's followed the game. But again, I've asked you this. I've asked this on other channels. As the Oilers are constructed right now, guys, you're not a Stanley Cup contender. You might even be third level. You're a playoff team. I believe the Oilers are a playoff team, and I know they're not going to stay. They're not going to stay this way. There's going to be some changes. But Colorado's got historically, the team that's number one wins the President's Ashtray, and then they get swept. They win the Cup the next year. Calgary in '88, Tampa recently. So Colorado's on that clock. And the other young teams are coming. They're getting better. Montreal learned a lot. Buffalo learned. And that's in the East. I get that, but you got to go through those guys eventually. Mm-hmm. I just don't see the Oilers as they're currently constructed. So are they putting I think I asked you this last time, are they putting all the chips in for a run in the next 2 years? Is it that important that they do that to keep Connor? Because if it is, I'll argue, if you put all the chips in, then you deplete your resources. And does Connor sign to stay for 7 or 8 years, as some of the Edmonton media has said, when all the resources are depleted? You know, to run a successful business, and this is a business, you've got to get short-term, medium-term, and long-term thinking. And I get the feeling the Oilers are just doing short-term thinking right now.
No, you're right. I mean, it's 1 year, Mick. It truly is, because if this team again struggles next year, then you got to find out what Connor do. You can't lose him for nothing.
Right.
You're going to have to find a way to make it work or whatever. And I know there's one media member here who said you can see him signing a 7-year deal, but Connor hasn't said that. Connor hasn't alluded to that. He hasn't even hinted at that. So
yeah,
well, no one predicted what he was going to do.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So
right.
So as far as Darnell Nurse goes, agrees to waive his no move. I think he's submitted a list of 3 to 5 teams. Listen, a good warrior for the Edmonton Oilers. I don't think a defenseman that lived up to kind of the billing in his draft day and first couple of years here in Edmonton. We just never knew what he was. I still think he struggles with that. Is he offensive? Is he a stay-at-home? But for Darnell Nurse, do you think there's going to be a lot of teams lining up here, Mick, outside of just that huge contract he has?
You know, if he made half that amount, we wouldn't have the same critique of him, would we? We'd say more. We'd say more. He's playing within. He's limited his stuff, but he has his moments. Yeah, he takes risks at times. But, you know, you get paid that because you're expected to reach a certain level of performance, and he didn't. And I do like him. He kind of reminds me of Morgan Riley here in Toronto. They're different defensemen, but Riley's been on the downside, and a lot of conversation in this city is, you got to get rid of Morgan Riley. Ship him off to the Canucks. By the way, the Canucks have come where everybody puts their problems now, if you've noticed. So, yeah, no offense, Brendan Gallagher. I love you, but your time in Montreal is done. I do like Darnell Nurse. Look at Seth Jones again. Again, similar defenseman in some ways. And when Jones was put in the right situation in Florida, he was an asset. And I wonder if someone sits there and goes, we're on the precipice, guys. Darnell Nurse will fit in nice. He doesn't have to carry the mail. He's never going to be a Cale Makar. He's not that type of defenseman. And so I think just like Stuart Skinner needed to change, it didn't work out for the Oilers and didn't really work out for the Penguins, I guess. He needed the change. I think Darnell Nurse needs the change. I think Morgan Riley needs the change. I think a lot of guys sometimes, you guys played, you need the change sometimes. And I would love to see him in another uniform and see what he can do in a different role.
Yeah.
No, that's good, Mick. It's just, it's interesting offseason here in Edmonton. How's the coaching search going there in Toronto?
Oh, I don't know. I got called the other day, so that's what it's come to. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I kind of hope they hire someone like Joe Pavelski. I think we all liked him as a player. High hockey IQ. No one ever said anything bad about him. He's not checking guys' phones. And people would go through a wall for him. And the crew here want to be different. Well, that would be different. Kind of the Martin St. Louis school. We haven't really coached. Yeah, but you got this respect. And I would like to see that, except for outside of the recycled guys, like the guys over and over and over again. But you know what? There's a lot of there's a lot of whispering that the Leafs would like to have Bruce Cassidy. That if they would like him. But again, don't you bring Cassidy in when you're completing a project, you're about to win a cup? Toronto's not going to win a cup in the next 2 years. I mean, I'm careful with saying that because someone will tape this and play it to me outside my place when they win, right? They'll flash it up on the wall. But I'm sure you guys agree with me. They're not on that edge. In a tough Atlantic division, they're not there right now. They have to decide who they're going to be moving forward. They're going to pick up most likely Gavin McKenna. He'll slot in nicely. Austin Matthews, can he ever score 50 again? I believe he can. I don't think 69 will happen, but he'll be fighting injuries the rest of his career. Who are they doing that? There's so many questions. So if you bring in a coach or you bring in a guy who's ready to take them to the next level, that's why I was kind of surprised the Kings got Peter Laviolette. Like, are they ready to win a Stanley Cup? But then again, guys, I guess you got to have somebody coach, and maybe they got a whole bunch of changes coming in the offseason. But I would imagine the draft's in 10 days or 11 days in Buffalo next Friday, not this Friday. We'll be there. It's going to be interesting. I was there 10 years ago when they drafted Austin Matthews, and here they are about to draft number 1 again. That did lead to a pretty good stretch of regular seasons for the Leafs, but as you famously know, 2 playoff wins in 9 years ain't going to cut it. So to me, I would love to see them go outside the box and hire a Joe Pavelski type of coach.
Mick, great stuff as always. It's going to be an interesting 2 weeks. Like you said, the draft next week, then we get right into free agency. You're the best. Enjoy the offseason, and I'm sure we'll chat again after Toronto makes her selection.
Yeah, if you're bored in July, just call. I got time.
Sounds good. Mick Kern from Sirius XM NHL joining us here on EST Afternoons. Well, for the weekends, they're interested in Dallas Aikens.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like,
well, he was supposed to be their guy. Like, he was with the Marlies, right? And
then the Oilers grabbed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fascinating. Portions
He's
of this,
probably learned a lot.
Oh, yeah. He hasn't had a lot of success in the NHL, but you never know. Portion of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. Good day, bad day. Either way, happy hours on at the CBH. Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. with deals starting at $3.99. The Canadian Brew House. Your day just got happier. On the other side of the break, we'll do the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. We'll bring in Coop. Tell us about the UFC at the White House yesterday.
Oh, geez.
I saw a guy get beat up really bad.
Really?
I didn't see it. I just saw a picture of him.
Was it at the actual match, or was it in the White House?
No, it was a match.
Okay.
And this day and all that fun stuff to close it out and get you set for the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne coming from 3 to 6. Don't go anywhere. We're back to close it out here on EST Afternoons.
Sportsnet has reported that the NHL will officially open their investigation into Mike Babcock to determine if the veteran coach deserves any penalty for his early resignation from the Blue Jackets in 2023. And live now from Seattle, Egypt and Belgium are knotted at 1 aside in the 78th minute World Cup action. After that, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay kick off at 4 o'clock before Iran and New Zealand hit the pitch at 7. Meanwhile, Tunisia has fired coach Shabri Lamouchi following a 5-1 loss to Sweden in their World Cup opener. Mondir Kabayer takes over head coaching duties on an interim basis. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays have shipped pitcher Connor Siebold to the Royals for minor league righty Dennis Samudio in cash considerations. Toronto's back in action tomorrow, opening a 3-game series against the Red Sox. 10 games in the majors today. It opens up when the Marlins and Phillies have first pitch at 4:40. The Mets then challenge the Reds just after 5, while the Dodgers and Rays close things out. First pitch scheduled for 8:10. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Enjoy an unforgettable dining experience right on the turf at Commonwealth Stadium. The Feast on the Field, August 19th, helps raise funds for programs, equipment, and enhancements for those across Capital Care communities. Buy your tickets now at capitalcarefoundation.net. The show wraps up on the other side of the break, right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Kayaks, bikes, camping gear? Make space for summer fun with Sentinel Storage. Spend more time on adventures with your outdoor gear and less time looking for them. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
It's the weekend. The sun is out, and everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brew House. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going, rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on. Always. All day, all weekend, all summer. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
We're back here on EST Afternoon's final segment. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas. Of course, don't go anywhere at 3 o'clock. It's the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. They have a loaded show like they always do, and we roll along nicely here. Joaquin, I was complaining, but I did hit a nice parlay yesterday. Oh, 590 yesterday for the Sweden game to win both halves. And then I hit my NASCAR one, which was, they still don't pay me though. It was plus 3 something. William Byron finished in the top 3, and he did.
Nice.
Yeah,
good for you, man.
yeah. All right, we got to get to the screw. Let's do a parlay here for Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through their Alberta General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. Where do you guys want to go? We'll bring Kub in as well here. Anyone want to go first? I can go first.
You go first.
Okay. I'm going to go to the world of football, soccer.
Okay.
I'm going to take, for some reason I can't get Play Alberta on my laptop here, but I can get it on my phone. So just give me.
You got an app, don't you?
Just give me 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Hit the app.
Hit the apps. I don't know if Kub's there either. She's ignoring us.
Why? What's going on? No.
Hey.
I'm not ignoring you.
There you are.
Living large, busy day.
I'm going to go Uruguay wins and no goals for Saudi Arabia plus 102.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go, is that today or is that tomorrow? Oh, that's tomorrow.
What's
so
that?
it's Iran and New Zealand, right?
Yes.
Today.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Who's going to win? Iran will probably win that one, right?
Oh, that's a tough one, yeah.
Let's go draw.
Oh,
on,
I like
on
it.
Iran and New Zealand.
Okay.
All right.
What's the number?
249.
Nice.
Wow. All right. Well, plus 249, you said?
That's right, Koob.
Well, you know what? I'll take it easy. I'm going to go France against Senegal to get the victory. Minus 217.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Right?
Oh, that is tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, it starts at 1 o'clock. Are you guys fine with that?
Yeah. Then we can rip you live.
Sure. Yeah, I totally deserved it when I got my Jordan Stahl goal. That hit. Conn Smythe.
Wasn't here.
We can mute him from here, can we?
No, I can mute you guys.
Okay, Coop. So, sorry, you took France.
France.
I love France.
Oui.
You gotta say it in French though.
France.
France.
Victoire. France. Victoire.
Okay, that's not a bad bet actually. Plus 929 right now. So Uruguay wins, no goals for Saudi Arabia. That's today at 4. Iran and New Zealand to draw, and then France to win tomorrow. Let's go. Who's riding?
Nice.
Koob, before you get back to producing, I saw some pictures from the UFC at the White House. Some of the pictures were outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the Spaniard, what's his
Ilia
name?
Topuria.
he got his butt kicked. Man.
Oh, he got
right,
absolutely demolished, buddy. And, it was Justin Gaethje who won his first time winning the belt, undisputed lightweight champion. That was the main event of the evening. It was a performance that I sat there and witnessed, and I thought, Gaethje was going to get beat up, and he was in the first 2 rounds. He got hit with a liver shot. Toporia's boxing is outstanding. From somebody who's known maybe as the greatest MMA UFC fighter of all time, George St. Pierre, said that Ilia Topuria is the greatest mixed martial artist that he's ever seen. And Justin Gaethje, man, outperformed him in every way. It was a doctor stoppage by the end of round 4. At the end of round 3, the doctor looked at him and said, dude, you can't see. And he was like, yeah, I can't. But they still let him fight anyway. And usually the doctor steps in. But
he got pre-fight and then how he left the fight, Coob, it is unreal, his face.
Yeah, he looked as red as a ketchup bottle. His eyes were it's a sight that might make some people squeamish to look at. That his face 100%. That banged up. His eyes, he couldn't see, man. The doctor stepped in. Well, it was a corner stoppage, actually. They waved the white flag and said, man, you took too much. So it was an unreal finish there. The co-main event, Alex Pereira,
a career,
who's looking that's what it was, man. I thought, I'm like, okay, do you want to? It was that far. I'm like, you might ruin your sight for the rest of your life if you want to keep going. And he fought an entire other round. So they waited until the end of that and just went, okay, yeah, you're going to lose this one. Don't even put yourself in harm's way. So Justin, the highlight, Gaethje, 16th UFC fight, 15th fight of the night performance, man. He's a champion. He's on top. The walkouts were insane. The presentation right on the south lawn of the White House was awesome. Both Topuria and Gaethje walked out from the Oval Office. It was like a 2.5-3 minute walkout. Unfortunately, the Canadian Eamon Zahabi, who had GSP in his corner, lost to Sean O'Malley, but he played the Canadian national anthem for his walkout right into Drake, which was pretty cool. So overall, an amazing event. The best UFC event that I've seen in my life, and probably yesterday, the best, one of my favorite times in sports to ever witness was seeing my favorite personal fighter, Justin Gaethje, win, and to see, a local guy and a former Edmontonian as well, Taylor Hall winning the cup, and Jordan Martinook winning the cup. So had the double screens going, but that was a good time. UFC Freedom 250 was quite insane.
Good stuff, Coob. Love you, man.
Love you too, man.
Let's get to this day. Today's National Big Boy Day. You know what that means? It pays tribute to the iconic double-decker burger, Joaquin.
The double-decker.
Yeah,
where was that from?
Big Mac or just a double patty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't someone call it a double-decker? Or no, that
was it Red Robin's? No.
I don't know. I've never been to Red Robin's.
Red Robin.
No, didn't. Oh, is it? Or wasn't it KFC? It was the double decker.
I think so, but it was disgusting. Yeah,
It was like a cordon bleu. Like it was a
cordon bleu. On this day in 1979, Rocky II, starring Sylvester Stallone, premiered in theaters.
Nice.
On this day in 2005, Batman Begins with Christian Bale debuted in theaters.
What a great movie.
Is that a good one?
Oh.
Happy birthdays to Ice Cube.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is he? 50?
Well, he's got to be in his 60s, man.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah. Well,
Black don't crack, baby.
Ice Cube is 57.
See?
Yeah, it's not bad. Wow.
60s.
It's been a fun show. Shout out to Mick Kern for joining us. Tosaint Ricketts, of course, former member of the Canadian national team for Canada Soccer. He joined us as well. Right now in the match between Belgium and Egypt, it is 1-1. I saw the goal. I don't have the volume up. Was it credited an own goal, or was it given to Lukaku? Someone let me know. And then everybody keeps inviting me to a Degen Den to put my bets. I don't even know what that is.
So it's a Discord, and the application Discord is sort of like a filtered chat system. Like you can join different groups and parties or whatever. They're called servers under it, but EST has its own server, and the Degen Den is like a page in that server. So there's different rooms that you can enter, and there's tons of bets all over for sure. Like There's tons in there, man. Just
You have to like
sign
log
up.
in and stuff.
Yeah, you got an account. You can make a profile picture. You can do a lot on there, man. That's what the gamers use.
Account?
Sorry?
Yes.
No, I think the nasties just have an account.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I'd have to go to Discord and look for is it called DGen Den?
You'd need an invite link, but I'm sure one of us can get you into the platform.
Because there's video on there too, right?
Is there?
Yeah.
It's what the gamers use, man.
I have no idea what people are talking.
It's like when gamers are broadcasting when they're doing stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that does it for our Monday show, Joaquin. Now we're going to enjoy a nice bevy and head home.
Okay.
That's the good life, eh?
Yeah, that's good.
Tomorrow,
on Dusty.
Tomorrow we'll see what we do. If there's any Oilers news, maybe we'll go F1 as well. We do want a Carolina Canes guest on to see how they're celebrating.
We'll see what Rod's. I went to high school with him. So.
With Rod the Bot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give him a text him.
Yeah.
See if he'll join us the show. But if he joins, he has no shirt on.
Of course.
Yeah, like he did in the dressing room.
Tarps off.
Tarps off, but it's been a fun show. Reed Wilkins, J-Bell coming up next with the Reed Wilkins Show. They'll take you right up until 6. And, of course, we're back at it tomorrow. Back at the original studios. We'll go 6 to 6 here on EST. For Mick Kern, for Tosaint Ricketts, for Joaquin Gage, for Zach Kubish, I'm Hernan Salas saying thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Appreciate the thumbs up as well. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and we'll talk tomorrow. Chowders.